よし、やばい。やばいぞ、俺は。あっち
まあ、ステに行った時はもうそういうモード入っちゃうんじゃないですかね。その時は、やっぱり人間変わりますよね。
Naoya Inoue, often referred to as the monster in the boxing world, has established himself as one of the most dominant fighters of his era. His success goes beyond an unblemished record and championship titles, reflecting years of discipline developed from a young age, a deep-rooted family influence in boxing, and a steadily increasing global presence. Alongside his achievements in the ring, his financial growth has mirrored his rising status. Current estimates place his net worth between $7 million and $10 million, fueled by fight earnings, endorsement deals, and participation in major international bouts that continue to expand his recognition worldwide.
おだし。いただきますね。どうぞ。いただきます。迷いく迷いが。2日ぶりの保険です。マジうまいな、これ。
Naoya Inoue grew up in an environment where boxing was a core part of everyday life. His father, Shingo Inoue, who had experience as an amateur fighter, took an active role in developing Naoya's mindset, discipline, and technical skills from the very beginning. Rather than approaching the sport as a simple hobby, his father introduced it as a highly organized way of life. By the time Naoya was about 5 years old, he was already following consistent training routines centered on mastering basics, constant practice, and building mental resilience.
そうですね。やっぱりどの試合もそうですけど、まあ、集中力ですよね。やっぱり集中してると、まあ、その場その場の瞬間判断がやっぱり、いち早くやっぱりできると思うんですよ。やっぱりその気を抜いたりとか、一切しないで、まあ、その集中できたとき、はい。やっぱそういうのは、最近昔よりも感じますか。
That same atmosphere influenced his younger brother, Takuma Inoue, who later pursued a professional career in boxing as well. Growing up, the two trained side by side, regularly challenging one another through sparring and intense conditioning sessions. Their home life was defined by structure and commitment, with little emphasis on relaxation or typical childhood ments. Rather than focusing on leisure, Naoya's early years were centered on strict discipline, consistent training routines, and a clear goal of one day reaching the top of the sport as a world champion.
Fellas, we all know Inoue, two-time undisputed champ, known for his skill and knockouts. Monster is just a fan favorite. However, did you know that Inoue has a younger brother who's a boxer and is a world champion? His name's Takuma Inoue, although more out of the spotlight and more known just within the Japanese boxing scene. Takuma is alike to his brother, being a skilled, brutal boxer. Takuma started at a very, very young age. After seeing his older brother compete in amateur competitions, it spurred him on to take up the sport. He won several high school champions and impressed on the amateur stage. When he was only borderline 18, he made his pro debut in 2013. When it comes to most boxers, we just normally look past their debuts. Usually they're versing some slouch who's really just put there to lose. But Takuma, he versed a future WBO minimum weight world champion.
This early groundwork is often seen as a major factor behind Inoue's consistent performance at the highest level today. His approach in the ring, marked by accuracy, power, and strong discipline, shows the influence of years spent under his father's structured guidance, paired with his natural talent and continuous, focused repetition.
He knocked out a debutant in Charlam Kotala. In only his fourth fight, he outclassed a world-ranked and world title contender in Nesta Daniel Navarez. Nesta had a 20-2 record at the time and was highly touted for world title success, but in a way, he got the upset win. In 2015, he won the Ring Magazine Prospect of the Year, which is a pretty prestigious award. In the previous years before that, winners included Anthony Joshua, Vasily Lomachenko, with previous winners before that including Mike Tyson and Keith Thurman. Following these wins and a solid run of form, he challenged a number of solid boxers for the Asia Pacific titles, the OPBF titles to be specific. He challenged Frolian Saluda in his 8th fight for the WBO Asia Pacific title, where he was knocked down in the first round. However, Inoue managed to get his revenge and knocked Saluda down in the 8th and the 9th, win the fight easily by unanimous decision, against at the time a 23-1 fighter. Following the incredibly strong start to his career,
Naoya Inoue began his professional career in 2012 and wasted little time proving his exceptional ability. While many fighters spend years working their way up, he managed to secure a world title within just 2 years, highlighting a level of progression that immediately distinguished him from others in the sport. A major highlight from his early run came in 2018, when he faced Jamie McDonnell and delivered a commanding performance. Inoue claimed the WBA Bantamweight Championship in only 112 seconds, finishing the fight with a knockout that further strengthened his image as a powerful and dangerous puncher. Later that same year, he also stepped into the ring against Juan Carlos Peano. Across those 2 bouts in 2018, his reported earnings reached approximately $1 million, signaling the early stages of his financial growth within professional boxing.
ですかね、もう年齢踏まえて、そんな長くないと思うんですよ。あと何試合やるかわからないんですけど、もうそこの決まった、その数試合を色濃くしっかりと悔いなくやってもらえたらいいのかなっていう、もうそこだけですかね。それをやれば必ず結果ついてくると思ってるんで。はい。
ちょっとフェザー級になると、この、体重もまだそこまで足りてるわけじゃないし、フィジカル的にもまだ問題な面があるので、不安と楽しみと。だそういう気持ちがあるから、本当に、追求していけるというか、そういう気持ちが生まれるんで、そういったところにも挑戦していきたいなと。挑戦しなくなったらね、終わりだと思うんで。
As his control in the ring continued to grow, his overall market value rose alongside it. By moving across weight classes and collecting multiple titles, he developed into one of the most commercially valuable fighters in Asia, while also gaining traction in the wider global boxing scene. His financial progress has followed a consistent upward path, closely linked to his in-ring achievements. Earlier in his journey, particularly around 2022, when he brought together the bantamweight titles, his net worth was estimated at around $2 million. As his international exposure expanded, especially with bouts airing in the United States and collaborations with major promotional companies, his income saw a significant increase.
Are you sure you want to take that fight against someone like that?
The monster is a banger. Listen, you'll put 8 ounce gloves on anyone. Anyone can bang. You don't even have to be in a hard shot. You just have to time the shot. So anyone can knock anyone out. And yeah, he's got the nickname Monster, but he's not. They've got 2 arms, 2 legs. You're all weighing the same. I'm a big bantamweight. I'm probably, I could fight at featherweight. So it's not, I'm big, I'm strong. I'm not a banger.
The majority of Inoue's earnings come from his fight purses, which have steadily grown with every successful title defense and move across weight divisions. As he continued to take on top-level opponents, those payouts increased significantly. By 2025, multiple reports estimated his net worth at around $7 million, largely driven by high-profile bouts against leading contenders. One clear example is his 2025 matchup with Ramon Cardenas, where the purse he received played a major role in boosting his overall wealth, highlighting the financial benefits that come with holding an undisputed championship status.
Not necessarily, man, because in the bell rang, at the end, I caught him at the very end of the round, and I hit him, like I said, it was at the end of the round, so I couldn't really work. Like I wanted to. Maybe if it was in the middle of the round or beginning round, things would have been different, but that's all God, that's how God meant it to be, and again, it is what it is.
Noah's known for his power. How'd you feel him in there? How did his punch feel?
Honestly, it wasn't like thudding power. Like it wasn't power where it was like, oh, shit, it hurts every punch. No, and it was never hurt. I was never hurt. Nothing. It was just more like overwhelming. He would throw 6, 7, 8 punches at a time, and that's what it really was. It wasn't like one punch knockout power where like, every shot, like one shot at a time hurts. It was more just the overwhelmingness, and then again, he is who he is for a reason, pound for pound. So I mean, again, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
The stoppage, you spoke to Joel. He felt it might have been a little bit early. You look like you had your faculties in there, but did you feel the stoppage was early?
I felt good. You know, like I told the ref, I was like, I'm good. He's like, no, I'm gonna save you from yourself. You know, and I think the refs, obviously the refs for a reason. They go and they been around boxing for a long time. So, you know, I'm never gonna say that the ref was wrong or anything like that. He saw something that I didn't, but I was fine. Like I told the ref right away. I was like, I'm good. He's like, no, I gotta save you from yourself. And I knew that's what it was gonna be. You know what I mean? Like I told my trainer, I told my team, I said, hey, you know, I'm gonna go out on my shield, man. You know, and it's funny because if you go on my Instagram, my favorite movie is The Gladiator, and there's a quote in the movie that I love. It's called, I knew a man who once said, death smiles at us all a man can do is smile back. And that's something that I live my life on, and I try to base my career on, knowing that I'm gonna go out on my shield no matter what. You know, I'm sure you've seen Gladiator.
In 2019, Naoya Inoue faced Emmanuel Rodriguez in a bout that reportedly brought in about $350,000 for him, illustrating the level of his earnings during the earlier phase of his international rise. Although the payout was smaller compared to what he earns today, the fight carried major importance as it added another world title to his record and preserved his undefeated status. Rodriguez approached the matchup with strong confidence and outspoken promotion. But once the fight began, Inoue took control with a commanding performance, further establishing his reputation for letting his actions in the ring speak for themselves.
To go to Japan. I think I want Japan better than over here in USA just because I want to go to Japan. Listen, the crowd don't fight for him, bro. The crowd don't fight for him no matter what, if it's here or if it's in Japan. You know, it's still going to be the same outcome. Either he win or I win. So it really don't matter. We inside the ring, nobody fight for him. So it don't matter where.
By 2023, Naoya Inoue's financial position had shifted significantly. His bout against Stephen Fulton Jr. reportedly brought in between $4 million and $5 million, making it one of the largest paydays of his career up to that point. This matchup held particular importance, as Fulton entered the ring undefeated, and the contest marked Inoue's transition into a higher weight division along with tougher international competition. The increase in his earnings reflects a consistent trend. With every move up in weight and each successful title unification, both his worldwide recognition and overall financial value have continued to rise.
You fit in the bantamweight division?
I'm strong, man. I walk around 140 like you see me now. So I come down from 140 to 118. I hit really, really hard, plus I'm fast with it. So I think I got a little bit of everything, man. I got a little bit of everything. Plus, if you see my fights, I'm very similar to Hector Camacho. I like the whole entertainment part of it. I like the whole showman and dressing up like having a theme for every fight. So I think that also, man, that sell the tickets, and then the energy that everybody brings to my fight just give me that give me the strength and give me the speed, give me everything inside the ring so I could just look good. And we've been doing it. We've been knocking.
In July 2023, Naoya Inoue stepped into the ring with Stephen Fulton Jr. in a matchup that drew major attention in the super bantamweight division. Leading up to the fight, Fulton expressed strong confidence in his own abilities, pointing to his athleticism, technical skills, and ring intelligence as key advantages. He also downplayed Inoue's reputation, suggesting that the monster label was exaggerated and influenced more by global hype than actual dominance.
I feel like I'm the better guy overall, all around. That's just me. I don't care what the fans think, what casuals think, or what box people think about it. When I'm looking at myself and what I have to offer and what he has to offer, I feel like I'm more of an all-around fighter. And like in basketball, you have the athletic build, you have scorer, slasher, or you have all around. I'm all around. He's more so the athletic build, known for the knockouts. So I feel like when you have a guy that's known for knockouts, they tend to feel comfortable with that and they look for that. When you have an all-around fighter, you can do whatever. And that's a dangerous fighter to deal with. And of course I have the power as well. That's why none of my opponents continue to come in. The only person that kept coming in was Brandon. And he's a different type of.
Once the bell rang, Inoue immediately demonstrated a different reality. His accuracy, force, and command of the fight left little room for doubt, and he effectively answered the criticism through his performance alone. On the financial side, this bout became a key turning point in his career, with reported earnings estimated between $4 million and $5 million. That payout played a major role in increasing his overall wealth and further cementing his position as one of boxing's global stars.
And he's the one coming up in weight. You're the one with the titles at 122 and the belt on the line.
I need some excitement. Nothing is exciting me no more. I feel like this when I come alive. This is when I feel like everyone's looking at me like, oh, his back is against the wall. Why is the champion going over Japan? I called this fight back in 2021, 2020. I've been said that. I said, I'm gonna have to go to Japan and fight. I told my coach, I'm gonna have to go to Japan and fight him. And he didn't understand. He's like, man, why would you do that? It's the same thing. Why would you do that? And I said, that's a big fight. I said, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. And now look where we at. Oh, you wanna know why? Because I feel like the hype is around amongst him because he's a Japanese person doing these things. That's all. I feel like the hype is around because of that. Not only that, power don't just win fights. I'm smart. How you think I got here? My skill, my mindset, my speed, my slickness. And guess what? Everybody say I don't got power until they get in there and these guys.
Naoya Inoue has stated that his strongest motivation comes from his pride, which drives him to consistently perform at the highest level in boxing. He feels that staying at the very top of the sport is what fuels his dedication, pushing him to keep training intensely, refining his skills, and securing victories in order to preserve his dominant standing and long-term legacy.
6, 7, 8, 9, ラスト OK!
今はでも自分のことだけです。はい。やっぱりああいう昨日のスパーリングとかにしても、後輩に見せたくないですからね。まだまだ、自分もプレイヤーとしてやってるし、それだけの意地があるし、負けられないっていう気持ちもあるんで、自分がやってるそのパフォーマンスを見て盗めとはならないです。やっぱりまだまだ自分がトップでやってる以上はプライドもあるんで、そういった気持ち。なんかそういう気持ちが多分なくなってきたら、こう、格闘家として弱まっていくんだろうなとは思うんですけど。
Ahead of his scheduled matchup, reports have indicated that the victor of Naoya Inoue vs. Junto Nakatani fight will be awarded a specially designed WBC ring, reportedly valued at more than $100,000. This addition brings an extra layer of prestige to the contest, turning it into not just a major unification battle, but also a symbolic recognition of championship excellence for whoever comes out on top. As his career has advanced, Inoue has also stepped into a more refined and organized lifestyle off the canvas. Observations from training camps and reports suggest he follows carefully managed nutrition plans, often prepared by professional chefs to keep his body in peak condition throughout the year. However, unlike many athletes who showcase wealth publicly, Inoue tends to remain private and highly disciplined in how he lives. His version of luxury is not about excess, but rather about structure, elite training setups, recovery-focused systems, precise nutrition, and a controlled environment built entirely around maintaining peak performance. Inoue's ascent also highlights how the business side of boxing has been evolving. Instead of relying on large guaranteed payouts often seen with Western fighters, his income is generated through a mix of Japanese promotional backing, cross-border co-promotion deals, and increasing interest from worldwide streaming platforms that continue to expand his audience and market value.
ごくここ最近急成長してきてるなというものを感じますし、もうパウンドパウンドに、ふさわしい試合をここ最近しているので、すごくリスペクトも評価も高いと思います。
And Junto, I was going to ask you, you're now in a new weight division. You two are now both in the same division. He has all of the world titles. Are you now starting to study a lot more of his fights as a potential opponent?
はい、何試合か現地でも見させてもらったりしているので、そこら辺でイメージはさせてもらってますね。
Do you think your style matches up very well with his?
それは戦ってみないとわからないですね。
One of the biggest talking points in today's boxing economy is Inoue's proven ability to attract massive crowds and generate major revenue from live events. In discussions surrounding a potential Naoya Inoue versus Junto Nakatani showdown, reports have suggested that the event could draw exceptional commercial attention. Some figures circulating online estimated around 55,000 tickets sold and a gate nearing $29 million, underlining how Inoue has developed into a worldwide attraction rather than just a dominant regional figure. As one user put it, the event reportedly sold 55,000 seats and produced roughly $29 million at the gate, ranking among the highest in boxing history, and emphasizing that any fighter capable of generating that level of revenue is operating at superstar status, regardless of venue.